Hello, back again on the Top Recap channel. This time I will tell a movie's entitled Take Cover. Let's get straight into the storyline. The story begins by showing a man named Sam. He is a skilled sniper who works for a secret organization that provides assassination services. Sam does not work alone. He is always accompanied by his best friend, Ken, who serves as a spotter or marker. Coincidentally, they are currently assigned to execute a corrupt official. They are paid only to carry out the execution without knowing the reason or background of why their target must die, whether the target is a good or bad person. This has become a dilemma for Sam. The longer it took, the more uncomfortable he felt, haunted by guilt. However, he and Ken continued to do the job because they still needed the money.
Oh, hello. We got movement. I see you, motherfucker.
Not long after, the official who was their target appeared. He was followed by a woman who approached him. Just as Sam started to take aim, the woman accidentally saw the glow from the rifle and realized where they were. This caused Sam to miss his target. However, in the end, he managed to finish off the official. Amidst the guilt, Sam and Ken had to find a way to escape. They were surrounded by the official's men, who already knew their whereabouts.
Slow.
On the way home, Sam tells Ken his doubts about the incident. He discusses the woman who had protected the official. Sam feels that the mission was a mistake. In fact, he thinks that maybe their target this time was a good official.
Why would she do that? Maybe she slipped.
If he was such a terrible person, why would she do that?
Math, brother. Simple fucking math.
Their superior, Tamara, suddenly called in the middle of the conversation. Tamara discussed the woman who had been shot by Sam. She only advised Sam not to feel guilty because it was a risk to their job. Good or bad, Sam must be prepared for the consequences of the work they have agreed to do.
I understand.
I'm here, but trust me, we are righteous on this.
You think so?
After the conversation, Sam finally asked for a break to calm down while considering whether to continue his career.
Look, I'll contact you when I resurface, okay? Fuck.
Arriving on the mainland, Sam and Ken talked briefly before parting ways. They didn't know when they would meet again. Some time passed. After the incident, Sam was seen at his residence in the forest, isolating himself from the outside world. Every day, he hunted for food while occasionally cleaning his firearms. Sam tried not to interact with the outside world during his quiet time, including his best friend, Ken. He even began to think about quitting his job. However, Tamara contacts Sam by chance to offer him a new mission that she says is very important. At the same time, Sam conveyed his intention to resign. Long story short, Sam is seen at the location of his new mission. There, Ken is waiting for him. On the way to the hotel where they were staying, Sam tells Ken about his resignation. In other words, this was the last mission he was going on. This shocks Ken, as he is about to become unemployed. As a spotter, Ken can only work if there is a sniper. Without a sniper, his role is useless in a job like this. However, outside of that discussion, they were both surprised by this mission because Tamara had not provided any information regarding the location and targets they had to execute.
Place looks pretty nice, right?
Upon arrival at the hotel that Tamara had booked, they were immediately greeted by a hotel waiter. The waiter then escorted them to the room that had been prepared. Sam and Ken were surprised to see that the room they would be staying in this time was a VVIP room with luxurious facilities.
Your favorite, silk sheets.
When the waiter handed them a letter, it was revealed that Tamara had specially ordered all these luxurious facilities as a reward for their performance and dedication. As a sniper used to long-distance reconnaissance, Sam asked the waiter to close the window curtains. Although the waiter initially refused because he would miss the sunset, Sam insisted that the curtains be closed.
Mind closing the curtains, please?
What, this beautiful sunset?
Close the curtains, thanks. Appreciate it.
Anything. Just call.
Shortly after the waiter left, Ken returned to discuss Sam's resignation plan, which he considered selfish and did not think about the fate of his own best friend. Ken still couldn't accept that he would be completely unemployed after this mission ended. Sam tries to calm Ken and convince him that Tamara might still need his services because even though Ken has been serving as a spotter, he still has a shooting ability that is very rare for others.
How rare your abilities, do you? I've only lasted this long in the company because I partnered well with you. You! The best fucking shooter we got, and everybody knows it.
Ken, you're selling yourself short.
I'm just being honest.
Sam insists that Tamara will not simply replace Ken. However, Ken still feels disappointed despite Sam's efforts to convince him.
I thought you'd throw a epic shit fit, to be honest.
I'm sorry, Ken. Really, I am, but...
In the middle of the scene, two women appear at the door. The two women claim to be therapists sent by Tamara as a gift. Ken, immediately excited, lets them in for a relaxing massage.
Come on up.
Wait, I did...
2 hot chicks.
While Ken was being massaged, Sam chose to sit quietly. One of the therapists, Mona, feels bad for just sitting without doing anything. She takes the initiative to entertain Sam.
What is this?
I can tell you your future.
Oh, you can?
It turns out that Mona can predict handlines. She claims to come from a family of gypsy descent, where fortune-telling has become a tradition.
Ladies, they love you too.
As they were chatting, the male waiter suddenly reappeared, this time with a female waiter, delivering food as ordered by the hotel management. The male waiter insisted that the window curtains be opened, and just as Sam was about to close them again, several gunshots came from the opposite building.
Ken, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
And just as Sam was about to close the curtains, the female waitress suddenly attacked him.
Keep your head down.
I know!
During the fight, the female waitress was accidentally shot. Now, Sam has to deal with the male waiter, who turns out to be one of the gang. Sam is forced to use his fighting skills to defeat them.
Who do you work for? Fuck you!
Come on, stop toying with me.
I'm not toying with him, he's fucking good!
After finishing with the two waiters, they realized that a sniper was still stalking them from a distance. To obscure the sniper's view, they switched off the room lights. However, they knew it was not a permanent solution, as the only way to survive was to leave the hotel or call Tamara for help by sending an emergency code.
3. 1, 2, 3!
That bullet went past my ass cheek. That shit was hot. I got it. Come on.
Ken finally managed to grab the mobile phone of one of the therapists and immediately called Tamara for help. When he tells her the name of the hotel they're staying at, Tamara is shocked that she never booked it. There was clearly a traitor in their group.
On this number, better not be a code.
Go blue? Yeah, we're under fire.
Penthouse?
That's where you put us.
I did not.
We have them all, Tam. Someone set us up.
Any more assets in town? We need help.
Regarding help, Tamara explains that she can't send help quickly, as all the agents are busy with their respective missions. She asks Sam and Ken to hold on until she finds a solution. As a result, Sam and Ken had to stay put while protecting these two clueless women. When Mona asked who they were and what was really going on, suddenly, the waiter, who was previously thought to be dead, turned out to be alive and attacked Sam again. Ken, who saw his best friend in trouble, immediately came to his aid and knocked the waiter off the top of the building. However, while Ken was hiding, he ended up being hit by a shot from a sniper, which made him immediately unconscious.
Thanks, bro. You saved my life. Shit! Ken! God damn it!
Soon, Tamara called to inform him that the backup team had arrived at the location and was ready to shoot the sniper. Sam was asked to check for himself using a mirror to see if the backup team had completed their task.
Are we clear? Is that confirmed? Clear. Room is clear. You're good, Sam.
After confirming that the reinforcements had removed the sniper, Tamara confirmed that everything was under control. Sam, who was still hesitant, felt a bit awkward coming out in the open. To prove it, Sam threw a pillow. And yes, there were no more shots. Tamara told Sam to come out from behind the pillar. But just then, Sam realized how Tamara knew he was hiding behind the pillar. Just as Sam turned his head slightly, there was a bullet heading towards him.
You know I was behind the pillar. Fuck! Try it, Tam.
It was finally revealed that the mastermind behind all this was Tamara herself. There was no backup team, no honesty. There were only lies, and one sniper who Tamara had assigned to execute Sam and Ken. This is because of Sam's resignation. With his shooting ability, Sam would be a serious threat if recruited by another organization or rival group.
What the fuck are you doing, Tam? What are you up to? I was loyal to you.
Yes, you were.
What made Sam the most emotional was when Tamara was finally honest about the last few missions he had done. One of them took place in the city of Dubai. The target he executed was someone from his own organization, a sniper who was still in the same group as him. Like Sam wanted to resign, the target also submitted his resignation. Tamara assigned Sam to kill the sniper, just like today when Sam was hunted by his replacement sniper.
You can't call for help. Can't call the police, fire, or anywhere else.
After the conversation, one of Mona's friends, in a panic, crawls out of her hiding place.
Don't move!
She's hurt!
No, get
We
down!
have to help her!
No, she's bait now. That's what they want.
Now, all that remains are Sam, Mona, and Ken, who are still unconscious in critical condition. Meanwhile, Tamara's sniper and spotter emissaries are still on standby and watching their targets from a distance. While thinking of a way out, Sam suddenly remembers Tamara's devious character. She was sure Tamara couldn't have assigned just one sniper. Sam finally realizes that there's most likely a tactical team heading towards the room, and the only way they'll survive is by grabbing the suitcase with the rifle. Just as the tactical team arrives, Sam gets the rifle, which he immediately assembles behind the bar table. Without caring about his surroundings, Sam swiftly targeted the sniper in the opposite building and shot him on the spot. And sure enough, the troops immediately opened fire on Sam. However, not a single bullet managed to hit him. Just as they stopped shooting, Sam quickly threw a bottle that had been set on fire. There was a bit of a fight, but one of the tactical team members managed to take Mona hostage. However, for Sam, who is regarded as the fastest and most accurate sniper, dealing with this kind of situation is not difficult. Very quickly, Sam managed to overcome it. After she was done with the tension, Mona invited Sam to chat about her fate. Mona was doubtful that she would survive this. She pleaded with Sam to look after her young daughter in case she died. Apart from Sam, Mona has no one else to turn to.
And my daughter. And make it real.
I promise.
Tensions rise again when they realize another wave of troops is coming.
Fucking hate snipers!
Shortly after, Sam overcomes the second wave of troops. However, when one of the surviving squad members is about to kill him, Mona quickly grabs a gun and, for the first time, manages to save Sam. Unfortunately, a tragic fate happened to Mona. She had to die because she was shot by a spotter who took over sniper duties. At the same time, Ken finally woke up from his stupor. In a state of despair, he admitted that he would not be able to survive. Instead of no one surviving at all, Ken planned to sacrifice himself. For a way out, Ken told Sam to make a parachute using a bedsheet made of real silk so that Sam could jump off the hotel building. Shortly after, a drone with a machine gun appeared. In this precarious situation, Ken told Sam to hide immediately. After successfully destroying the drone, Sam finds Ken dead. Quickly, Sam made a parachute out of real silk sheets and jumped off the top of the building.
Oh, shit! It worked, baby! It worked!
Some time passed after the incident. We see Tamara with her 2 bodyguards at the airport. She receives a call from Sam, who wants to say one last goodbye. Tamara thought she could live a quiet, free, and untouchable life, but she was wrong. Her failure to finish Sam off that night became her unforgivable mistake. That's because, by this time, Sam had disguised himself as one of the cleaning service workers. Assisted by Mona's only daughter, Sam manages to finish Tamara and her 2 bodyguards inside the airport toilets.